pro wrestling industry has been built on the performer's abilities to surprise the fans. Anything can happen in the wrestling business, and unlike any other industry, there are no written rules that restrict the wrestling organizations from going out of their way to lure popular stars. Not too long ago, WWE managed to rope in the baddest man on the planet, Mike Tyson, for a couple of shows. And now more than ever, wrestling organizations can flex their financial muscle to do something that would get them mainstream media attention. There is no dearth for rumors in the wrestling industry, with fans and critics often coming up with ludicrous scenarios that would once again inject some much needed entertainment and, as a result, competition among the wrestling organizations. While most of them are far-fetched, there are a few rumors that are within the realm of possibility, and would once again make things interesting in the business. My name is John, and in this video we take a look at 10 such wrestling rumors that could realistically happen, and all wrestling fans would want to see them come true. For the past few years, the one rumor that has never seemed to die down is the return of Kenny Omega to the promised land, which is the WWE. Since Omega was released from his contract over a decade ago, the star has gone on to establish himself as one of the best wrestlers on the planet. The past 2 years have seen Omega going from strength to strength, winning the IWGP Heavyweight title and becoming one of New Japan's top stars. The rumors intensified last year, with AJ Styles making his WWE debut during the Royal Rumble in 2016. Even John Cena had some fun with the rumors, posting a cryptic message on his Instagram account that alluded to Omega's return to the WWE during the Royal Rumble match. However, that never transpired, and Omega decided to continue working on the indie scene. With the former IWGP Intercontinental Champion now becoming one of the biggest stars in the wrestling world, it would be fitting for Omega to return to the WWE and immediately go after the WWE title. Kenny is still in his prime, and the wrestling fans would love to see Omega challenge Roman Reigns' authority as WWE's poster boy and usurp the big dog. Triple H over the past couple of years has taken up the role of working with independent promoters to help grow the talent and give them the platform and the chance to become better performers. WWE has worked closely with Evolve, sending their superstars for autograph signings, while Triple H has laid the foundation to have a fruitful working relationship with various promotions. With the WWE Network on the rise, word making rounds is that the promotion wants to add Evolve as well as Progress Wrestling to the WWE Network. This could range from WWE purchasing the rights to add the video libraries of both the organizations to the network, to airing Evolve and Progress Wrestling shows on the platform. Previously, a company called FLOSLAM used to air Evolve shows, but with Flow Sports backing away from the deal, WWE can now swoop in and add even more niche content to the WWE Network, thus catering to a wider audience, which can only be a good thing for the independent wrestling promotions. For nearly 2 decades, the wrestling fans have been waiting to see Owen Hart take his rightful place in the WWE Hall of Fame. Owen, who was considered to be one of the most underrated stars of his time, tragically passed away during the Over the Edge pay-per-view in 1999. Since then, the wrestling fans and the wrestlers themselves have been waiting for Owen's wife, Martha, to accept WWE's invitation to induct Owen into the Hall of Fame. While Martha hasn't changed her stance or has forgiven WWE for what happened to Owen, there is now more pressure on Martha to let WWE celebrate Owen's life and time by inducting him into the Hall of Fame. While Bret Hart has recently called upon Martha to let Owen take his rightful place in wrestling history, Owen was also inducted into the George and Lou Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame last month. The fans have waited long enough to see their beloved superstar get inducted into the Hall of Fame, and there is a good chance the superstar might finally get inducted next year, which will mark the 20th anniversary of his untimely passing. When Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon started working together to build the newly christened SmackDown Live empire, there was some hope that WWE Brass would finally take off the leash and let the Blue brand challenge its sister show for the spoils. However, WWE made sure that Raw remained the superior brand, but if rumors are believed to be true, that could all change when SmackDown Live finally moves to Fox Network next year. WWE's A show Raw will continue to air on the USA Network, while SmackDown Live will move to Fox Broadcasting, which could force WWE to put on a better product. Considering the fact that Fox is a television network and will reach out to a wider audience, there is a decent chance that SmackDown Live will soon compete with Raw for the ratings. That would be the best case scenario for wrestling fans, which would see the company put on a better product. For years, the wrestling fans have been clamoring to see WWE go to Europe for WrestleMania. WWE experimented with a European pay-per-view a couple of decades ago with SummerSlam 92 taking place at the iconic Wembley Stadium in London, but the promotion has since made an effort not to go out of North America for a major pay-per-view. However, all that could now change, with WWE willing to go to Europe for a WrestleMania. It is being rumored that the global promotion, in a bid to increase their presence in the European market, wants to take WrestleMania to the continent. This change would definitely be welcomed by the fans of Europe, who have had to, until now, travel to the US for the biggest event of the year. While it would still take a couple of years for WWE to truly take this step, just the fact that the promotion is now considering hosting its biggest pay-per-view of the year in Europe would give hope to the European wrestling fans to see the biggest superstars in person. It has been years since the Master of the 619 bid adieu to the WWE Universe, and while Mysterio has since made a few sporadic appearances, WWE has not been able to find an able replacement for the masked superstar. The promotion tried to promote the likes of Alberto Del Rio and Sin Cara to fill Mysterio's shoes, but that proved to be a futile effort, and the promotion really couldn't find anyone that they could cater to the Hispanic fan base. However, Rey Mysterio, who walked away from the wrestling business due to burnout after being on the road for over 2 decades, is now looking to get back into the wrestling ring. The superstar has already competed for a few indie promotions and is in talks with WWE to make his return and, if possible, to work a lighter schedule. Mysterio is considered to be one of the greatest high-flying wrestlers of all time, and a return to WWE would put forward some interesting scenarios for the star and could lead to some potential dream matches in the organization. Age is indeed just a number, and Chris Jericho stands as a shining example for the other superstars in terms of managing their wrestling careers and how they can stay relevant well into their 40s. Over the course of his WWE tenure, Jericho has taken time off to avoid burnout and to ensure that he stays relevant. The superstar has also made a conscious effort to reinvent himself and was one of the standout performers in 2017. Jericho is currently a free agent and has put on incredible matches this year against the likes of Kenny Omega and Naito, and is currently the IWGP Intercontinental Champion. However, there is something more interesting in the works, with multiple outlets now reporting that Jericho is close to agreeing on a deal with Impact Wrestling. Impact Wrestling has come close to bringing Jericho to the promotion over a decade ago, but the star chose to instead return to WWE. However, with new management at the helm, it is now being rumored that Jericho could indeed work with Impact Wrestling, and the former WWE Champion could put on memorable matches with the Impact Wrestling performers. Jericho would also bring back some legitimacy to the promotion and some intrigue to the product. The former WWE Divas Champion walked away from the WWE when tensions between the organization and her husband CM Punk started to impact her career. The wrestling fans loved AJ Lee's character, and AJ was one of the few female performers who stuck to her convictions and never embraced the thought of being a diva in the company. AJ Lee was also vocal about giving the divas a chance, and openly criticized WWE for not adequately compensating their female talent. It has been a few years since AJ walked away from the organization, and it was earlier reported that neither the company or the superstar harbored any ill will towards each other. With WWE announcing the first ever all-women's pay-per-view, WWE teased her potential return via a WWE poll, where they asked the fans to vote for the superstar they wished to see at WWE Evolution. And to no one's surprise, AJ received a whopping 70% of the votes, winning the poll by a landslide. WWE has reached out to stars that did not leave the company on the best of terms, so it wouldn't be far-fetched to imagine WWE extending the olive branch to AJ Lee to return to the promotion for one night at WWE Evolution. 2018 saw Daniel Bryan return to in-ring competition, and the former SmackDown Live general manager hasn't missed a beat in the ring. Ever since he decided to step away from the wrestling ring, Bryan has been a man on a mission, trying to convince the doctors and the management that he was healthy enough to do the one thing he loved more than anything else, which is to wrestle. The stars would finally align this year for Bryan, and the superstar made an emotional return to the ring. However, there was more at stake than just his in-ring career when WWE decided to let Bryan compete in the ring. The fact remains that Bryan's WWE contract expires on September 1st, and contrary to multiple reports, inside sources have revealed that the superstar is yet to extend his WWE contract. Daniel teased the idea of going back to the indies earlier, and the superstar believes that he could still thrive on the independent circuit. While he can always sign an extension with the promotion, watching Bryan make his entrance to the theme of the final countdown would undoubtedly bring back some fond memories, and the wrestling fans would want to see Bryan and what he could do on the indie circuit, especially after what Cody Rhodes has achieved in Ring of Honor as well as New Japan. When CM Punk walked out of the WWE in 2014, the fans thought he would come back once cooler heads prevailed. However, Punk was released from the promotion later that year and he signed with the UFC, becoming a mixed martial artist. Punk hasn't done that well as an MMA fighter, amassing a record of 0 wins and 2 losses, prompting Dana White to say that Punk may never fight in the UFC again. This could see the former WWE champion returning to the wrestling business, and the rumor doing the rounds is that the Second City Saint will be a part of the All-In pay-per-view in some capacity. Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks have been coy so far when talking about Punk's involvement, and the straight edge star can add some sparkle to the event by appearing on the show. And these are 10 wrestling rumors everyone wants to see come true. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching Wrestling Hub, and I'll see you later with more wrestling videos.